Hey, Khris, you mentioned last night that in conversations with Willie, he wanted you to get it across half court with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. When you look up and get the ball, what are you looking for from the defense when you want to push?
We have a young athletic team, so sometimes it may be DA running out ahead, or Book or Mikhail. We're just trying to get the ball up the court quick to see what we got.
Melissa?
Hey, Khris. Monty said when you guys were first together, he had a more my way or the highway attitude, and in the years since, his coaching style has really evolved. Have you seen like a giant change from when you first played for him to now, and how would you describe that?
I think we both have changed, and if you haven't changed in 10 years, then something wrong. You know what I mean? I think we both have seen a lot since then. It was his first time being a head coach. I was in New Orleans with a team that everybody know that situation. We really didn't have an owner. There was a lot of stuff going on, and just I think experience teaches you a lot.
What are the biggest ways that you'd say you changed over that period?
I'm probably not as athletic as I was then. That year, I actually had to play with a big knee brace on for most of the season. A lot. My game is totally different. I'm sure coached and like, we didn't run the same offense. It's a lot of things that's changed.
Stay on that kind of same subject. Like, how are you better prepared to do this now, to play in the finals now, than you were as a Thunder player or a Rocket or a Clipper or a Hornet?
I don't know. Our team is built a little different. Like we have a real team, like a team where you can't just key on one guy or two guys. Everybody on our team is capable of having a big game, and everybody is comfortable and accept their roles. Yeah, and I think I'm prepared as far as my body, all the different types of stuff. And mentally, you know, I might not have been able to receive this earlier in my career. Who would know? But you know, I'm grateful, like I said, for where we are right now.
Do you say that this is a better team, or the way this team is constructed is better than those other teams because you got to the finals, or like
No,
if you
I'm
guys
not.
hadn't even gotten here, would you feel?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that because that 07-08 team that I was on with New Orleans was one of the most special teams that I ever been on. You know, and as well as my first year in Houston. You know, that was a team too that was really good. And even the year that I played with Mont, my last year in New Orleans, we made it to the playoffs, and that was a special team. You know, you don't always win it on some of the best teams that you're on. You know, so.
Yeah, Khris, when you talk about guys accepting roles with this team, because you just mentioned you guys are a team, how early did you see that with everybody that, hey, this is my role, I'm going to play this role, this is my role, I'm going to play this role, and when you started seeing that come together, how early was that in the season, you feel?
I don't really know. I just think that stuff sort of just happens. You know, guys receive it when they want to. You start accepting things. Sometimes you win some close games and guys feel like, oh, this is okay. You know, I think it kind of evolves. Your team even changes during the playoffs. You know, there's a shot or a rebound that happens. I think DeAndre Ayton, the way he's worked all season long, he took it to a whole nother level during the playoffs. And so it's just constantly changing.
Quick follow, just on Dario and getting the word that he's got the knee injury, and Monty talked about it as well, said broke his heart, said it broke his heart, didn't get that news.
Yeah, it's tough. I talked to Dario this morning when I got in, and just to, you know, hear it in his voice. He's a guy who's all about team, you know, all about team, works his tail off day in and day out. He's one of us. That's our brother. So it's tough. It's tough.
Chris Haynes?
Chris, and talking to you, your big bro, he said growing up, he felt like you always had the small guy complex, that you feel like you had to just work hard than everybody. I wonder, is that something you still carry to this day? Do you still feel like you got to do more than everybody else because of your size?
I think I just feel like I got to be me. You know, I am who I am. I did grow up as a little brother with all our friends, with my brother's friends, and them telling me I couldn't do this, you can't do that. Draft night, they said I was going to be too small, all this stuff. And you just grind. It is what it is. You know, it ain't about my complex or whatever that is, but it's just, that's always who I've been. You know, whether it was when I played football, whatever it was, if you want something, you got to work for it. I think that's just the way I was brought up.
Khris, a lot of the discussion after game one was the success you had in the pick and roll, especially in the third quarter. Are there adjustments you expect Milwaukee to make in game two, and how do you prepare with the idea that they might try to throw you a different look on defense?
I don't know. I didn't know what they was going to do last night. I think I said it last night after the game, it's only so many things that you can do out here on this court, you know, and so we just adjust. You know, if they on trap, they switch, whatever it may be. All season long, we've adjusted and prepared for whatever a team's thrown us.
Mark in the back.
Khris, I don't know if it's something that's important to you or not, but I think it is. But why do you continue to wear HBCU clothing? Is it coincidental that you put that on today, or did you want to put that on today?
It's coincidental. I'm enrolled at Winston State. I'm a student.
Okay, what are you studying?
Huh?
What are you studying?
Studying communications.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, but you have been one to, from the bubble, wear things on a daily basis. I'm just curious how many different schools do you have stuff from, and why hasn't it been important for you to wear that and promote HBCU?
Cause I have a class right now at A&T, at North Carolina A&T, a class with Miss Anita Elbers, and just championing HBCUs. You know, just trying to make sure that they get that spotlight. You know, did an interview with Deion Sanders, and just trying to, you know, champion them the best way I can.
Hey, Khris. You hear a lot of times veteran players say things like, if I had only known what I, didn't know back then, but physically they're not able to do it. Do you feel kind of fortunate to be one of those few guys that not only has the wisdom, but still has, I know you joked about your athleticism, but still has plenty of athletic ability to kind of do what you're doing at 36?
I know the work that I put in and day out, summer, season, whatever it is. So I don't know. I don't think about being 36 when I step out on the court. You know, and I'm grateful for the team that I have around me. You know, whether it's chef, body work, trainers, all this different type of stuff. It's a lot of commitment, a lot of days, you know, and stuff to make sure you get your body ready for the game. But when you're competitive, it's nothing. It's just part of the routine. Excuse me. I think Kobe said it some years ago. He said you just got to fall in love with it. You know, like the repetition of it. Some people may be like, oh, it's like Groundhog Day. Not me. Not me. Because I love to play and I want to play at a high level.
Palmer on Zoom.
Final question is going to be Cassidy Hubbard with ESPN.
Hi, Khris. You've shown the ability to lead in many different ways. This season, of course, had numerous challenges, including, the inability at times to have bonding activities. So when you reflect on the time you've spent off the court with your teammates, specifically the younger guys and DeAndre Ayton and maybe even Devin, how do you feel like you've gotten to this point where it seems like the trust is so strong and at an all-time high? What are the moments you think about?
Man, that's a good question. Really good question. Being here in Phoenix a whole season, I ain't been to about 2 different places, and that's the practice facility and the arena with all the restrictions that we have. So we haven't been able to, go bowl and go do these different things that you would normally do as a team. So you have to build that time in practice and on the road, and so to build that trust in wins and on bus rides and plane rides. And I think that's what our team has done a great job of making sure that we come every day, come to practice to work, but at the same time making sure that we have fun and actually enjoy being around each other.